What up, MetaZoo Maniacs? So today is December 5th, 2024, and this is a monumental day. This is a day everyone's going to remember that's into MetaZoo. So here we have the Topps Chrome Superfractor 101 Mothman from MetaZoo Topps Chrome PSA 9 in auction for $10,000 American with 7 hours to go as of the recording of this video. Now, the reason why this is such a historic day in the world of MetaZoo is because literally 10 months ago, right now, today, on February 5th, 2024, this happened. Nick Strength of Pokemon sold his one-of-one Topps Chrome Superfractor PSA 9 for $3,305 in auction. Originally, he bought it for $11,100, and when he sold this, that was a huge blow to the morale of the MetaZoo community. I'm sure anyone watching this video right now remembers when he sold this, and it was like, that's when shit got real. It was bad enough that MetaZoo already closed down, and Mike Waddell had his letter on January 29th saying everything's over, it's done, there's no future. Hopefully someone buys it. But when Nick Strength of Pokemon sold this card, that was a huge blow. Because that's the #1 MetaZoo content creator selling his #1 card. So any hope anyone had for believing that MetaZoo had a chance to survive in the future was pretty much decimated by this sale. I mean, there's a few people that believed that everything was going to be okay and eventually it was going to get picked up and bought and all that. So in this video, I'm going to show a few more sales from back during the beginning of the crazy dip of MetaZoo, and some other sales that might blow your mind nowadays. And I mean, we're still in a dip without a doubt. You might have forgotten how cheap some cards were compared to even now. I mean, look at this. Sample Mothman Beckett 9.5 with all 9.5 subgrades. Only $3,777.77. That is insane. Next we have a Full Hollow First Edition Mothman PSA 10, also sold by Nick Strength of Pokemon. Sold in auction for only $64. Even the Kickstarter Full Hollow Mothman PSA 10 in auction could only sell for $431.26 back on March 22nd, 2024. Does anyone remember this card from one of my recent videos? My favorite MetaZoo art card I've ever seen on eBay? Yeah, this card was originally purchased on March 24th for $72.50 only. What an insane steal of a deal that is. I'm sure there are cheaper sales, but even Kickstarter booster boxes back on April 1st, 2024, this was almost considered expensive for a Kickstarter booster box, $655.55. And that wasn't even considered a good deal. That was like a normal everyday sale for Kickstarter booster boxes, and some were selling for even cheaper. Back on April 12th, 2024, we had the Kuromi's Cryptid Carnival Secret Rare Mothman with Kuromi. They're serialized at a 131. In auction, sold for $1,200. But there was one before this that sold for $2,700. So going down to $1,200 was a huge jump, was a huge dip as well. Here we have Magic Cast Mothman Full Hollow PSA 10, only $17.50. Not even worth grading the card. Even if you got it as a PSA 10, you're losing money. Bigfoot First Edition Full Hollow PSA 10, only $15.50. You gotta remember, at the end of 2021, this card was selling for $800 American. You think EV and HQ prices were cheap for Kickstarter product like the spellbooks? EV and HQ was only selling for what, $250 for spellbooks, for Kickstarter spellbooks? Back on April 7, 2024, in auction, Kickstarter spellbook could only get up to $181 American. Even this crazy rare UFO card from the disclosure pages, only $73. Anyone that collects this is probably looking at the screen right now and being like, holy shit. How did it only sell for $73? Maybe a month ago I had in my eBay sales reports, there's one of these as a PSA 7 sold for over $200. And the last sale I want to point out that happened about 8 days before Mike Waddell released the letter saying MetaZoo's totally screwed. Back on January 21st, 2024, we have the Neo Genesis Mothman sold in auction for $2,950 from Puerto Rico. And yeah, I just wanted to show that here too, because how often do you see this card? You never see this card. So comment below, how much do you think this card's going to sell for? Do you think maybe it's just going to end at $10,000? Is it going to sell for over $15,000, $20,000? I mean, a long time ago, so the legend goes, Bailey paid $31,000 for this card raw. Now, I can't confirm or disprove if that's true or not, but what I do know is 10 months after everyone, well, not everyone, most people lost complete hope for MetaZoo, 10 months later, we're seeing something like this. What do you think this auction is going to end at? I think it's going to sell for $12,500. That's my final prediction. Comment below and we'll see you in the next video.